How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, so, obviously Death Note has a huge Japanese following, multiple iterations before this. What's new about the Americanized version?
Well, I thought, the movie had been adapted beautifully in the Japanese versions, very faithfully to the anime and to the manga. And so it was nice to do a film version that sort of turned it on its head. That, I think Adam has this sort of satirical sense of humor in like You're Next and The Guest and all his movies. So I knew he would bring sort of a Fight Club-esque edge to it,
That's an interesting response. So let me ask you a question. Is Light a good guy or a bad guy? Is he a hero or a villain?
Well, I think he starts off as somebody who sees himself as a hero. Like everybody, it's like how everybody, sees themselves as the hero of their own life, you know what I mean? But soon, as the movie progresses, he starts to realize that maybe he's not in the right,
Yeah, so, in the film, you've got like Ryuk, who's a character only you can see. Right?
Yeah.
So on set, is
There's
that
so
CGI?
many crazy names in the thing. I had to get a thesaurus to learn all the,
what is it,
the
Shinigami
terms.
or whatever
Yeah,
it is?
there's so many.
So how is Ryuk on set? Is that like somebody in a suit or is that CGI in post?
So yeah, they had this guy Jason in this suit. He's like this almost 7 foot tall guy who'd sort of bend his arms around, so I'd have things to look at, and the poor guy would have to sit there all day in his costume, and they'd have little nice fans all around his body because it was so hot, and I'd have to I'd feed him tuna on crackers, and stuff, because he'd be hungry and not be able to eat. But then Willem Dafoe came in and did the voice, and I think together they made something really magical. So it was great.
You and Lakeith have this cool career arc going. I'd say that every film you've done so far has been pretty unique. So my question to you is, what made Death Note want to be in that arc? Was this another film to do, or were you really interested in this character?
I was really interested in this character, and I'd never done a movie like this. I'd never done anything where I was reacting to stuff that wasn't there, and I've always been a big fan of these kind of wild thriller action type things, and I'm not the first person that people go to when they have an action-y type movie, and so I was excited to be thought of, and then, I just got really into the when I read the manga and then watched the anime and watched the Japanese version of the films. I was just really interested in this moral tale. But I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting because that's already been done, so we'd do something that's completely out there.
Yeah, so I think that Light was kind of darker in this version. I was kind of surprised by the glowering and the anger he feels. So was that your representation of the character, or was that more like Adam saying, I want to pull this performance out of you?
I think in this one he had more of a downward trajectory, because in the anime he starts off as this sort of confident megalomaniac and then sort of stays that way, which is really interesting too. But in this one, it was kind of nice for me to see, because this happens in high school, that people are sort of not looked at and feel like outcasts, and then they start trying to get control in negative ways. And to him, he feels like he's a hero. He thinks he's doing the right thing, but obviously, to anybody watching, he's super ill-equipped to have that kind of power.
Right on. All right, next.
Thanks, man.